All right, this is a pretty good day. The driver just left this package here for me, and this is the long-awaited Jaguar rear quarter panel. And let's go ahead and open it and see the condition it is. It is used, so I guess it should have some hits here and there, but I don't mind. We can fix that. But let's go ahead and open this box and see what's inside. Here it is, guys. Finally the part is here, and well, it's not in its best shape. I see here it's hit somewhere, so yeah, this was not there before. Was not there according to the photos, so this is something that probably happened during the transport. However, all these places here are okay. I can certainly fix this one. I can heat it up and fix it from the inside. It's not the best because yeah, hopefully it didn't ruin the lines here. So yeah, I see it didn't ruin the line, so it's gonna be okay, and this is gonna be fixed. This part was damaged here. I knew that. I saw it in the pictures, and other than that, the part is in good condition. It can be fixed, and we now need to chop it off carefully and take it off the whole rest of the quarter panel. So what we need is basically this aluminum part, and this is the part that I'm mostly worried about, but I'll cut that off and try to take it off really carefully because this edge is really fragile. Other than that, the part is okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it in somewhere that's much better for me to work on it, and take just the aluminum part off here. This is actually really light. You think this is very heavy, but actually one person can lift this whole thing up, and that shows how Jaguar makes all these car parts very lightweight. So let's go ahead and take that part off. guys, I'm super excited. I just got this thing off. It took me 2 days to get it done because I was working a few hours and then I was just letting it go. I kept thinking on my mind how I'm gonna get this off without damaging. So let's go ahead and see how it looks like. Okay, so here's our part, our rear quarter panel. It's not in its best condition, but it's gonna be perfect for our project. So there are some things here that need to be fixed. There are gonna be automotive rivets going there. There's a small crack over there that I created, but that's easily welded, and so the condition is okay. This fender has been replaced, has been fixed before, so previous owner put some kind of wrap in order not to paint the whole fender. I don't understand why they cheapoed out in this car, but anyways, we're not care. All the lines are perfect. The rocker molding retainer is in its shape. The edge here that I was really worried about, I took it off perfectly. And this is the old shell of the car. As you can see here, there's a lot of body glue on the shell already, and I had to heat it up a lot so that I can take it off and just kind of take it off from beneath. And I had to cut the fender liner here so I can have access to the rivets inside, so I don't damage the inside of the trunk, which is gonna be visible. So this is not gonna show as it has been repaired, and it's gonna be perfect with the body lines and everything. It's gonna be automotive glue here and everything is gonna be perfect. There's also glue up here on this piece that extends here. So this piece, I just had to cut it off, and I took it with the quarter panel, and that's underneath the quarter panel. That's what I'm gonna have to remove after. So there's this piece that needs to be removed, and there are a lot of guides here from the factory, and here's how it looks like from the inside. So as we can see here, in my car, this part has been bent in a little bit inside, but that doesn't matter a lot because the structural rigidity of the car is okay. And so I'm gonna go ahead and bend that back when I go home and try the new fender on, and hopefully it's gonna be a perfect fit. And now it's time to get rid of this part here, chop it off, and send it for recycling, because basically there's nothing else that I need from here. If you guys need something from this thing here, it might take a little bit of while to get rid of it, so just let me know down in the comments. If you need something from here, just let me know. And yeah, super happy, super excited that finally this car is coming back to one piece, and I'll have to go home and check this fender out and see how it looks like. Hey everyone, Andrew here with a hair that looks like a hat or a tornado, but it doesn't matter. We're not here to talk about my hair. We're here to talk about the car, the Jaguar F-Type. I've been rebuilding it since the last couple of months. So after I receive the parts, let's go ahead and see what I've done all these times. Behind the camera, I didn't record it, but there's a few stuff I've been working on, and I want to show you what I did. So here's the car in the garage as it was before, but now it has a plastic cover on it because I did some stuff on it, and that stuff includes primering the parts that were grinded before. So in this car, there was glue here for the quarter panel. There's glue here, there was glue everywhere, including this fender, everywhere. So in order to take this glue off, I used these tools with a drill bit, with a drill. So I took that part, that glue off. This glue, sticky residue looks something like this that is still here. So I took that part all off. I also bent this part back, which was or somehow bent inside. I managed to bend it back. That part needs to be sealed here so that no water comes inside. There's a fender liner underneath, so no water, but there's no need for any moisture. Now you will say, Andrew, there is moisture here. See, the roof comes down here. No, everything needs to be sealed as it is from the factory. There was also the heat was here, so it affected this part, so I bent this part back, and this door opener was also bent, which caused this lock to come out, but all of these parts are bent back right now. And actually everything has been test fitted with a quarter panel that has been removed. The reason for that, and the reason I didn't record this, is because you guys do not subscribe to the channel and I cannot record videos without having any viewers. So please, if you like this kind of videos, please click the subscribe button or click the like button, or whatever you like to click. It will help me a lot and I will make more of these videos. So what I did here is I straightened this part out. I also straightened the wheel well here, and I also went ahead and primered the whole part. So now that this is all primered, I can go ahead and show you how this quarter panel fits inside. Well, this wasn't so easy, as I had to do some preparations here, and as you can see, there are some components here, some parts here have been grinded and sanded down, because this is how the quarter panel came off from the door side of the car. And the reason is there was a lot of glue behind this part. It was on rivets, and most of the parts you don't know what's in there behind. Now I know how this car is made of, so from the factory they put glue around here, so it's not easy to take that off. However, I managed to hammer this part down and straighten everything in, so this is gonna go there, it's gonna be riveted, and I'm still waiting for the glues to put the quarter panel off. So now there were some other parts here were damaged, and as you can see, I managed to straighten them out. And what I'm gonna go ahead today is I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the car and sand it and prepare it, because when the glues come in, I need to install this part on there, and then everything needs to go ahead and be painted. Now I also tried to align everything, so I aligned everything with the quarter panel and the rear bumper, and you can see that I lined this gap, but you cannot see it right now. You could see that everything is perfect because I put everything on and everything aligns perfectly. Now you cannot see it, but I test fitted everything lines up perfectly. I need to adjust the camber for this wheel, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and put this part on the car and let's see how it works out. Yeah, what do you think? So let's go here and check that everything aligns properly. There was a lot of work done in order for this to fit perfectly. A lot of test fitting, a lot of cutting from the inside. This part was not perfect, but I managed to put it perfectly on. We can see here it's aligning perfectly with the old gap, but there could be some measurements here once I close the rear trunk, but that should be all. Basically, there is one part that needs to be hand welded, and I will have to bring in someone to do that. I already spoke with someone that does aluminum welds, and he's gonna come in to weld this part here, because as you can see on the other side, these parts are hand welded from the factory. This is something that I'm not competent to do, nor I have the machines to do, so I will bring a specialist to do just this part and another part here that I managed to damage, and that was when I was trying to pry this quarter panel from the old car. I just damaged this part here where the quarter panel is cut, and this one needs to be welded and sanded down. Other than that, we can see here that everything aligns perfectly, everything aligns properly, and after that we can see that everything aligns on the factory lines. The bolts here, it needs a little bit of adjustment, but that will be done when the door goes on. And let's do the magic and close the door, and voila. So this needs a little bit of adjustment. This needs to be a little bit pulled back, but that's all right. I mean, I can just push it a little bit right now and it will go. But anyways, the gap is perfect. The line, the factory line here, needs to be adjusted a little bit. So that's gonna be adjusted with when the glues come in, and this part. So this basically, this part is just sitting on the car right now, but the factory lines and the gaps are going to be and are perfect, including the gaps and the factory lines from here. So there are several adjustments that you can do from the factory, and everything has been done, including the holes here for the new rivets, which are ready to go. And the new rivets are ready to go here, and so this is gonna align with the body perfectly. So as I mentioned, I've test fitted the taillights, I put the bumper back, and all the lines are perfect, including the gaps with the trunk. So let's go ahead. I want to go today and sand this part. I got some sanding discs, and I want to go ahead and sand this part down and start preparing it for actual paint. Well, I can see here that this part was damaged before, so I will try to match the factory line here. I'll try to put some nice Bondo and glazing spot putty and make this part look perfect, including with the door. And we have some other parts over there, which are the rocker moldings, which are gonna align perfectly after this is done. So let's go and do that today. Right guys, so I'm actually done with the quarter panel, so I just need to leave it there to dry out, the Bondo to dry out, and it should be done in a couple hours. But because it's night, so I'm gonna leave it for tomorrow. So I'll let that Bondo dry out and then come tomorrow and sand it down. So let's see how the surface becomes, and hopefully this is completed for paint. Right, so here is our rear quarter panel that I just finished wet sanding. I primered it yesterday night and now I just finished wet sanding it. And while I was doing it, I realized how nice of curves this car has, and how nice this all curves and lines of the body, they blend with the bodywork. It's really amazing. You can see here how nice all these body lines and these back lines, this body line just blends into the bodywork, and then it's just, there's even a line here that you cannot even see that just is even blending into the bodywork. It's really amazing how these things are just pressed from the factory, and these basically come from from a simple piece of aluminum, and it's just pressed and squashed in a big factory press. But it's really impressive how they come out to look like. So right now, this quarter panel is done. I'm still thinking if I'm gonna pass another primer. It feels really smooth, really great. It's ready for paint, just how I like it. I'm just debating right now in my head if I'm gonna pass it another primer for tomorrow or not. I will see about that. Maybe I will, because this is a car that I really want to make it perfect, and I really want to make everything as it was from the factory. I really want it to come out great and not even one imperfection. And as I see it right now, it's really great. So most likely this is the greatest, the best I can do at this point. So I just need to wait for the person who is going to do the welds on Friday on the back, on this piece here, and on the middle. And so I just need to wait for him. I just received all the body bondos and everything else, so we can go ahead and put that back in one piece. I'm gonna do some more miscellaneous stuff and wait for the welding guy to come in and weld the aluminum piece back together. So this car is finally gonna be assembled and ready to be sent for paint. So right, everyone, so I'm gonna wrap this video up for today. And for all of you who are watching my videos, thank you so much for being on my channel. If you like this kind of content, just press the like button. It's gonna help me a lot. For those who do not subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. It's gonna help me make a lot more videos like this, review more cars, and as time goes by, buy more expensive cars and try to rebuild them, and more ambitious project. So thank you very much for being with me, and I'll see you in the next video.